Good evening humans, Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Kamen Rider Revice remix figure from Bandai. This is my first Shoto style figures, since it is a double pack. And really, I'm hyper impressed. Shoto seems to be a hyper articulated, low price point figures that come with decent amount of accessories, and I'm honestly really impressed right off the bat. So let's delve a little bit deeper. Let's do this. So aesthetically speaking, these things look absolutely fantastic. Certainly for what they are, and again at the price point, because they're more in the 5-inch scale than 6-inch, and so they're not really 1/12th, they're not 1/18th, they're somewhere in between. And just they look really cool. They have really great articulation. Proportions are fantastic. I haven't been able to check out any of Revice yet, just because I don't know where to check it out. So if you do know, please let me know in the comments, because I know people have been watching it here in the States, and just I'm definitely, the second I saw these designs, I was way into it. I mean, obviously, these two in this form are very T-Rex centric, and I am all for that. There's some fantastic metallic paints here, very clean details where there are paint apps, just really well done. Proportions are great, and so we get that on Revi and then Vice, and yeah, just really a fan of this, and I love this helmet sculpt, honestly. Like that's so fantastic. It's borderline, it's just over the line into cartoony, but in the right way. And yeah, just again, face just really done well. The little T-Rex symbol. So really cool, and some subtle like metallic blacks on more just plain up glossy blacks. So really well done all around. I'm really, again, haven't done any Shoto figures before now, but I am sold. These are absolutely fantastic. When it comes to accessories, not getting a ton of stuff here, but it absolutely serves a purpose. And again, I'm not sure exactly how deep their forms go within the show, especially since I think it pretty much just started, so we're only a couple episodes in anyway. But yeah, just some really cool stuff here. So we get an axe for each of them, both of the exact same mold. Yeah, no, same thing. So all just cast in this like beautiful metallic purple plastic. So you can see the designs in there. It's really well sculpted. Then we get this front piece, which is going to be the top of the T-Rex mouth that goes on Revi, or Revi, with again some of that metallic teal paint, which is really well done. And then we get a set of splayed hands for both Revi and Vice. Both pretty much the same, not the same sculpt because their gloves are different. Get that to focus. Trying, not really working for me here. There we go. But yeah, really cool. So we got both splayed hands and gripping hands for each of them, which is really well done. So again, excellent. Just thinking both hold weapons. And then finally, I don't know, I question whether including this as an accessory, but Vice's, the end of his scarf is it comes separate in the box, but obviously it's not something you're really gonna detach because it's just part of the look. So that's accessories. When it comes to articulation, both of the figures are pretty much the same, so I'm going to go over Revi and just go touch on the differences for Vice. So for articulation, we have a sort of ball hinge sort of situation for the head. So we get some like really crazy back, some really good forward, and part of that really crazy back is for the transformation, because this part comes up over and you need to tilt the head back to get that through. Doing this on camera is a little bit harder. There we go. So for that, and then we come down to the shoulders, and we have a ball joint. Let me see if I can kind of illuminate that a little bit better. So that gives you all around, up, down, all around, stuff like that. So really good range. It also pops out really easily, but that's good. Like I hate feeling like I'm gonna break something, and you definitely don't feel that here. so it snaps in really nicely. Then we get some hinges on the shoulder pads. No bicep swivel, but the elbows are on a ball joint that comes in to about 90, and you can get your swivel from there. You can also get that from the shoulder. Then when we get to the wrists, they're just on these little pegs. So you're not really gonna get any, all you're getting really is swivel, unfortunately. But again, like for the price point that they're at and stuff like that, it's still pretty good. Then we get a ball joint in the, excuse that, in the diaphragm. And that's another thing that kind of comes apart pretty easily. So you can see it right there, ball joint just into a socket. Pops out relatively easily, so it's something to be aware of. Then we've got nothing in the waist, and then the hips can come out all the way. So we got our full splits. Those are also just ball joints. And then we come down to the knees, and we're getting a little bit past 90 there. Once again, a ball joint. And there's not so much rotation here. There is more on Vice. Then we get ball joints also at the feet. And so you can get some down, you can get a little bit of up, you can get a little bit to the side. Nothing extreme, but still pretty nice. And then going over the differences for Vice, let's get ready to stand in here. Yeah, maybe it's not gonna happen. All right, there you go. So head's a little more restricted here, especially because of the scarf. Still got the elbow pads, and then you got these little extra pieces that do go around. Those are on a ball joint, and then there's a hinge for these, which is part of the transformation. All that's the same. Then you got these pieces, also part of the transformation, so that comes, and that's just on a hinge. That's all the same, that's all the same. And then again, the knees are a little bit better for Vice, so you can see you can get almost fold in half, and then that's where your turn is, where you're gonna get a little bit of turn there. So, and then finally, that's the same. So that's Articulation. When it comes to size comparisons, I actually don't have any other Shoto figures at the moment. So here they are next to a couple other Kamen Rider SH Figuarts. Next is some Hasbro stuff with some imports, with some monsters. Finally, with an Articulated Icons Oni, and yours truly in human form as an Articulated Icons Ninja. So now we come to my final thoughts on the Kamen Rider Revice Remix figure, with them here together in Revice Rex mode. And I'm gonna take this moment to apologize for not on camera showing how you get from the two separate figures into Revice Rex mode. But it takes a really long time, and I don't know how to do time lapse with iMovie 9. I'm using very outdated software and hardware to do these videos. So yeah, it's a learning process, and I haven't been able to find an answer to that. I digress. In any event, here they are. I totally recommend this figure. I still haven't even seen the show. If you know of a good way to see the show, preferably with subs, please let me know in the comments because I really want to see this. All the GIFs and the just screenshots and stuff like that I'm seeing from the show look amazing, and I really want to see it. So hopefully I will be able to soon, but I am really enjoying this figure, these figures into one figure, very much so. I was able to pick this up off tocollector.com, and I will leave a comment to a link to the page in the description below, as well as ways to help the channel and all the other information like the music I use and stuff like that. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this review somewhat entertaining and certainly informative. And if you did, please consider liking, commenting, possibly subscribing, and if you like even more, sharing, if it was that informative. And yeah, that's about it. So ultra thanks to you once again for watching. So please take care of yourself, take care of those around you, and most importantly, stay weird, simians.